Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I came back to you after a short break, and today I will speak to my dear friend from Malta, Lorraine Sultana. You guys, you need to know that I love Malta so much. It's my second home, and I'm so excited for this interview also because it's the first woman on this channel. So I can't wait to speak to Lorraine. And she's a director for Vogue Model Management Malta and a national director for Miss and Mr. Supranational Malta. So let's meet her. Let's talk about her experience and her career. First of all, how's the final of Miss and Mr. Supranational Malta 2021? Because it was like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes, correct. It was 2.5 weeks ago. It went perfectly well, I must say, with all the problems and restrictions and the maximum number of people that we were allowed. We split the males and females separately. We did the male at 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and then we did the female contestants at 7 p.m. But it went really well. I'm very happy with the outcome.
Yeah. And did you have a lot of stress with this whole project? Because I think you had.
It's an understatement, because trying to keep everyone safe, getting the PCR tests, getting the vaccinations, everyone needed to be vaccinated, the people in the audience needed to be vaccinated. So yes, it was very, very stressful, but we got it done.
That's good. Okay, so I would like to show the video of beauty contest in Poland now from your Instagram. Okay, so how the process of finding people and preparing them for a beauty contest looks like?
So what we do is issue applications for people to apply. We see also on social media people whom we think they have potential, and we do approach them and explain to them what is it all about. Some people are overwhelmed, some are flattered, but there are some who say yes, and there are some who still are hesitant to do it. But we managed to always find a good group of contenders who are on their mostly are first timers. There aren't so much who has done this before. Only a couple who really have experience or participated in another event. We have a general meeting. We explain to them what is expected out of them. That is a 6-month commitment, and they need to commit to it till the end. And this is how it starts. It's a long journey, as you know, everything has a process. So we start from a general meeting. Some of them are really overwhelmed. They say, can this happen in 6 months? Or I really don't know how to start or from where to start. So we start slowly by guiding them in the right direction. We've been doing this for the last 20 years, so we know everything by heart at this point. So what we try to do is explain to them step by step what follows next after the first general meeting. So what we usually do is we meet them up. We tell them that it's very important that they keep their physique, or if they have a couple of kilos to lose, they need to go to a gym or perhaps a personal instructor or a nutritionist and be professionally followed until the end, so they look good on stage, because really and truly it's them who are being seen in a bikini or in a gown, so they need to be comfortable in their own skin. So we tell them, go to a professional, see what they tell you, and let them follow you through till the end. We encourage them a lot to use the social media, because this is the way forward. This is how they get known, to make make a presence on social media. So we ask them, we suggest to them that they go to a professional photographer, take a couple of shots. Then we start rehearsals. We ask them to practice at home, to have a mirror, to record themselves, so that they come to rehearsals a little bit prepared. Obviously, we follow them through the 6 months. We see what it works, we see what it doesn't work. We teach them tricks, how to make it flawless. And those are rehearsals. And then we come to the production week, which is the hardest part of it all, because we have rehearsals every day, and we ask them to bring their clothes along so that we can see them. They walk on stage, we see with the light how they're looking, and then we come to the production day itself. So this is the long journey of being chosen and of committing to the event.
Yeah, but I love Malta, and I didn't go there for 2 years now, and even hearing this Maltese accent is just so beautiful. Really, I really miss that. So thank you.
You don't miss the heat though, do you?
Oh, yeah. Maybe a little bit, because you know what, actually we had very nice weather, but now it's like raining. It's really cold whole week, so I miss a bit this heat.
I don't.
Yeah. So let's change for 1 week.
Yes, anytime.
Okay, so now it's time for the picture.
Yes.
I will search for a picture. And actually, our common friend, Malcolm Camilleri, was the winner of Mr. International Malta 2018.
Yes.
And I told him before that we will speak about him. So hi, Malcolm. And he will watch it for sure. And
I have seen him recently during his fashion show of North Face. There he is.
Yeah.
Well, Malcolm's experience really and truly started by coincidence. It was a friend of his who encouraged him to take part, and he told her, listen, I'm not stage material, you know. But his friend told him, meet her, see what she tells you. Yeah. And we met in the beginning of August, because 2 years ago, I used to do it in October. So it was the beginning of August, and we met, and we immediately clicked somehow. There was a lot of chemistry, you know. He understood me immediately. Then I realized that he comes from the army. Yeah. So he knows all about discipline. He knows about being on time. He knows that he follows what people say to him. And I said, listen, you can do this. You can do something really nice and make something nice out of this. Why don't you try, you know? And he had only 10 weeks to prepare. So he didn't have much. And I tell you, his body transformed. I couldn't believe it myself when I saw him the day on stage. He was a completely different person. He made it through to the final rounds because he placed first runner-up. He won 3 awards. And after placing first runner-up, I told him, would you like to go to Paris for a week? And he said, of course. And he went and took part in Best Model of the World, and he won Best Model Mediterranean. And then an opportunity came up. And I told him, would you like to go to Asia, to Myanmar for Mr. International? He was a little bit hesitant, and he said, would you come with me? I said, yeah, why not? Why not? This is now or never, you know, because a model's lifespan is 1 year, 2 years, 3 maybe, if you're good enough and you really want to pursue and continue what you like. And we went to Myanmar and together for Mr. International. It was one hell of an experience. I mean, we talk about it every time that we meet. Yeah, it's not something that comes in every day, you know?
Yeah. And he's such a talented model, obviously. And actually, I did some modeling in Malta before, as you know, and I supposed to work with him, but we never managed to cooperate together. And, you know, so hopefully in the future, because anytime we speak, we are like, we should work together. What's wrong with us? You know?
I met him during the show. I didn't have so much time to talk to him because we were running around like mad people. But he took part in the North Face fashion show. It was so nice to see him and the rest, you know, because it's been a while now that we haven't done this.
Yes. And do you enjoy working with models in general?
Yes, I do. I do, because I love to see them grow. I love to see them flourish, you know. I love to discover them. I can't keep them with me forever because, as you know, we are very limited in our markets. I cannot represent models exclusively, but I love to see them grow. I love to see them taking part with me. Then even if they don't make it to the final cut, I see them in other pageants. They manage to win, or they manage good placings. They do much better than they eventually did with me. And I love to see that, you know. I say, look, she participated with me for the very first time. You know, she has changed, a completely different person. I love that. You know, it gives me satisfaction.
Yeah, that's nice. Okay, let's watch another video.
Okay.
2017. There's a lot of debate over all the placings. So please show your appreciation for all of our award winners. Third runner-up, fourth place is number 26 from Malta.
Okay, so what can you tell us about top model competition? Like, what kind of similarities, differences you can find in top model, like Miss Universe or Miss and Mr. Supranational competition?
Well, top model is a completely different event. It's more of a high fashion event that used to take place in London. It's still on, in fact. But I did that for 6 years, and this was, I think, our fourth year. Yes, we participated. And that was 2017. That was an amazing year because we managed to win the male category with Neil Sherry. We won the international one. With Maria, as we are seeing, she placed fourth. And there was another girl who is half British, half Maltese, and she participated in the British category, the Top Model UK, and she placed first runner-up. That was one hell of a night. We celebrated all night. This is the first, because this is only runway. This is more fashion show look rather than pageants. Pageants, we smile, we turn, they have different turns, different postures. This is more like fashion. This is more like London Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week. This is more runway looks. In fact, they provide the clothes themselves. We don't provide the clothes. In beauty pageants, most of the clothing we have to provide.
And which beauty contest is your favorite and why?
Of course, is Miss and Mrs. Supranational. It's been my baby for the last 5 years. I have a very strong team of people, both technical and production side. We started slowly, you know, we started with the Mr. Supranational. We've been there since the beginning. I mean, the first time they did Mr. Supranational, we were one of the first license holders who applied, and slowly started to grow. You know, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of sleepless nights. It's a lot of worry whether things will come out right, whether something will go wrong, whether the TV won't work, whether the LEDs won't work. It's all thinking all the time. We wake up, we sleep, we dream the Miss and Mr. Supranational. But I don't regret it. I never looked back. You know, then the following year we took the Miss Supranational. And now we do them both.
Yeah, that's nice. And like, honestly, like, it's a huge pleasure to speak to you about those things because you know, it's like anytime I just see your eyes, they are like smiling.
It's a passion project for me, you know. I mean, I feel useful. I feel I'm giving something back to what I have learned along the years. You know, I have been traveling for the last 25 years to international events. I've been to South Africa, to Turkey, to London, to Greece. You know, I have learned a lot. And I managed what I've learned to pass it on to them.
Yeah, but it's really important to do something what you love, you know. So
yeah.
That's
I missed it this last year and a half. I missed it.
Yeah, and actually that's why I always try to choose some people for interviews that they have this huge passion, because it's amazing when you speak to them about, you know, this everything what they do. So
as I can speak about it all night, you know. I mean, we follow even abroad what they do. We bet on contestants whom they're going to win and who will make it to the final cut. I mean, it's what we love to do, and really and truly, it's about seeing a huge passion coming to life on a final day. You know, it's 6 months, 6 months with them, but for us, it's a full-time job, really and truly. I mean, because the minute now that the event is finished, now we're going to Poland. And when we come back, we start working on the 2022.
Okay, so the last photo on the red carpet this time. And it's you finally on the screen.
Finally.
Yeah. So my question is, does success come mostly from talent, hard work, or luck? What do you think, and how was it in your case?
My case is hard work.
Yeah.
Hard work. I tell you, it's hard work and nothing else. Luck, maybe one time you were at the right place at the right time, maybe. But success comes from hard work, from sometimes failing, because not everything is successful, not everything works. You know, sometimes we fail, and I admit that there had been times where there were things that didn't work the way I wanted them to. We just put them on the side, we evaluate, and then we move on, and we say this didn't work this year, then next year we have to do something else, something which is better and something that works, you know. So it comes really from hard work and sleepless nights.
Yeah. And a lot of coffees.
And a lot of coffees.
Okay, so I think it's time to talk about tips. How to prepare to win a beauty pageant?
Well, it comes really and truly how committed you are. Now, first and foremost, a girl or a boy needs to be committed 100%. He needs to know that it is a commitment that even if he wins, he has a further 12 months. You know, he needs to keep in tip-top shape. He can't put on weight. He needs to be careful what type of pictures he puts on social media. We encourage a lot not to put a lot of clubbing and doing ground with girls. You know, it doesn't reflect well. How to win? Well, first and foremost, you need to have a mindset, and you say, this is going to be my life for the next 6 months. You need to have a lot of personality, a lot of charisma, plenty of it, you know. And as an organization, both locally here and abroad, we look for the next door girl. We are not looking for these overdone girls with big eyelashes, you know, and overdone makeup. We are looking for the next door girl. Just be yourself, you know. Don't try too hard, because people will know, judges will know, they will notice. The minute you go on stage, somehow the aura is projected on stage. You know, people notice. They say, she tried too hard. You know, when you look at the camera, she smiles. Then when she doesn't smile anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So you need to be just you, and you are fine.
Yeah. And what kind of skills are required before going for any beauty competition?
You need to love the camera, because if you don't love the camera, pics will not be good, whether they are selfies or whether they are a professional shoot. And you need to learn to master the walk. You know, it is not that easy. It is not that easy. Nowadays, we have learned that there are tricks to do, because we learn from Miss Universe, we learn from Miss Supranational, we learn from Miss World, we learn from other events, you know, we watch other international events. There are many tricks you can do on stage to look natural, but at the same time, you just master it to perfection. And it takes months to do. It doesn't take a week or two, because that's what people think. People think you can do it in a week or two. Okay, I buy a nice gown, you know, I go on stage, I just walk. It's much more than that.
How should one deal with success and failure?
Well, one should analyze what went wrong. It could be the dress, it could be the way they talked, it could be their posture, it could be their lack of commitment. They need to analyze what went wrong. And sometimes there is nothing wrong. Sometimes it's just subjective because it's the judges who didn't like that particular person. It doesn't mean that there is something wrong, because many a time there is nothing wrong. It is just that on that day, it wasn't meant to be for you. So one needs to analyze, one needs to see what is the way forward, what they want to do, whether they enjoyed the experience, whether they want to do something else, whether there will be other opportunities, because from a pageant, lots of opportunities come along. At the moment, everything has stopped because of COVID, but pre-COVID times, you know, they had fashion shoots and photo shoots and other fashion shows, and they are picked up to do a pageant again. So really and truly, I don't consider it, even if you don't make it a top, I don't consider it a failure. A failure for me is a person who never tries, because sometimes there are people who comments for these participants. They say it's a waste of money, it's a waste of time, don't do it because it's rigged. And really and truly, everything is not true, you know, because they have tried, they have gone on stage, and to go on stage, you really need to have courage.
Like, it's very nice that you just said it here, you know, out loud, because it's very important.
It's very important. We obviously, participants go in to win. I can understand that. I mean, everyone wants to have a crown on his head. Who doesn't want to? Yeah. But even if you have failed to make it to the top, if you have failed to make it with the top 10, it's okay. You know, you have tried your best. You didn't. Maybe it's not for you. Maybe pageants are not for you. Maybe photo modeling is for you, or maybe photo modeling or modeling is not for you. But you have tried at least once to enjoy the experience and let people pamper you and treat you like a beauty queen.
Okay, and the last question: what kind of plans do you have for the rest of this year?
Working on Miss and Mr. Supranational 2022.
Obviously.
I have the only plan I have right now, which I am sure about, is going to Poland for the international finals in 2 weeks' time. I have Shaylee and I have Raphael taking part now. Shaylee will be leaving on the 6th of August, and Raphael is leaving on the 13th of August, and will be back on the 23rd. This is the third week of August. Saturday and Sunday we have the final nights. We hope to do good, even if we don't make it with the final cut. You know, it's leaving an impression at the end of the day. There are so many countries, so many followers. One of our drawbacks, in fact, is the fact that Malta, we are not pageant people. So we are not followed that much, unfortunately, because the girls and the participants, both male and female, there's a lot of sacrifices. There is a lot of preparations behind the scenes. Shaylee has not stopped for the last 2.5 weeks, going and trying clothes, go for the fittings, go for the national costume. So there is a lot of hard work. And I would appreciate maybe if the Maltese people follow our events much more, because it helps us, you know, it helps us to grow, and it helps us maybe one day we'll make it to the final cut. Who knows? I will be the happiest woman on earth.
Yeah. I hope so too. Good luck for all the plans you have. And thank you so much for your time. It was so nice talking to you and meet you finally here. Guys, if you like the video, you can subscribe to the channel and click like. More information about Lorraine and her career you can find on her Instagram, link below. So thank you so much for watching. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.